one thing about me is that I love hearing other people's stories. It doesn't matter where they're from, who they are, where they are, but I love hearing other people's stories because it helps me to expand my worldview and understand that life is different for everyone, right? But a lot of people that I look up to, I noticed that they had something in common, and it's that they did things one step at a time. They took what life gave them, and they did what they could and just kept going one step at a time. And I think that's really important nowadays because we find let me rephrase. I think a lot of people find that there's like an incentive to rush, right? There's an incentive to rush to reach the highest point that you can, the fastest that you can, no matter what it takes. Like you see a lot of people doing / falling for like get rich quick schemes. People thinking that they're gonna hit it big, like when it comes to gambling, whether that be on crypto or like actual gambling. People go into crime because that's the fastest way to make a lot of money, right? With obviously the most repercussions, right? These things that are like they're fast in nature, right? And I think there is an incentive to rush, because a lot of people find themselves feeling in a state of doom. It's like, oh well, I'm never gonna make it, and I myself relate to that. I find myself thinking that, oh well, it's kind of too late. Like, should I even keep going? Should I even try? Should I even start? And I'm here to tell you, right? There's always a point in still going, but you just have to take it one step at a time. Greatness does not come from rushing, I don't think. Greatness does not come from doing things in a way to get the most amount of results in the least amount of time. You need time to further your skill set, to enhance not only your own perception of what it is that you want to do, but also, just constantly learning, constantly evolving. You need that time. That's why I think it's important to just take things one step at a time. Take what life gives you, and you just keep going. The fastest way to climb a mountain is one step at a time, And I know I can say that, right? There are people who are inherently like at an advantage, right? They have the tools / means to further themselves quicker than people who can't, obviously. And I think there is a sense of like I acknowledge that as a reality, that some people just have it easier in that regard. But I still think it's important, no matter where you are in your life, to just take things one step at a time. Because it's no point in comparing yourself to others. There really is none. I think it's so easy to. It's so easy to see someone who is significantly bigger than you and be like, oh man, well, I want to get that big. Or see someone with significantly more capital than you and be like, oh, well, I wish I had that much. Like, it's so easy to compare yourself, right? But what you don't see is either one, at least not all the time, the amount of time and effort it took to even get to that position. Or two, you don't know if they got there through like, with like a bunch of time. Like, for instance, like going back to what I first said, people who are bigger than you don't know exactly if they're like true to themselves, right? If they actually got there like naturally or something. Same thing with like businesses, like people who try to sell you get rich quick schemes. They say that they know how to get rich quick, but in reality, the only thing they're lining is their own pockets, because they're teaching you, right, a method to get money. And it's like, if they already knew how to make a bunch of money quickly, why would they sell it to anyone else? In reality, What they're getting is you guys buying into it, right? Why do I say this? I think it's important not only to use your critical thinking skills when it comes to seeing other people online and like people who have like an enormous amount of wealth, or who have like a goal that you're trying to attain, right? It's important to understand that not everything is as it seems, but also not to compare yourself to them, because you are on your own journey. Your journey is unique and much different than those that you see around you, whether those be peers, whether those be internet strangers, whether those be the people closest to you, right? These people are in completely different positions in their lives, and there's no point in comparing yourself, because you are just starting your journey, or you are just starting to embark on said journey, right? Where these people might have been doing it for much longer than you, trying different things, doing different things, and they found something that stuck, and so they kept going to it, right? You don't even know where you are in your journey. That's why you have to keep trying new things, see what sticks, see what it is that you like, and continue to do the things it is that you enjoy, right? Like, for example, me, I like doing this. I like coming outside. I like this little spot, and I like talking to the camera, because not only does it help me get more confident with my own voice and also seeing myself in the camera, but also ideally I think that I'm helping others, right? And so, I just keep doing this. This is something that I like to do, right? And it could be different no matter what it is, whether you're an artist, whether you like to create something, whether you like to support other people, whether there's a hobby that you like to partake in. It doesn't matter what it is. You just have to keep doing it, and do it one step at a time, constantly. Just constantly just keep on going up the stairs. Keep on going. And sometimes, you find yourself at a standstill. Sometimes you find yourself halted. Sometimes you find yourself unwilling to continue to go. And it's in those moments where you have to muster up an inner strength to keep on going, to realize and actualize the goals that you have for yourself. It's important to goal set, right? But do it in a realistic manner. Like, for example, let's say you're starting off with a low amount of capital, and your goal is like, I want to have $1 million by the end of the year. That might be realistic. I don't know your situation. I don't know what you come across. But what I also think is that you should set goals in different increments, to where it's like you're constantly winning. Like, okay, you know what? Instead of like going straight for $1 million, maybe it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna first start with 1,000 and 5,000 and 10,000, right? You just constantly hitting these check marks, right? And that way you're more encouraged to continue doing what it is that you want to do. Setting these goals for yourself too, I think, is a very important thing when it comes to achieving what it is you want to do. It's something that I do personally. Just trying to do different things throughout the day and continuing to stick to them. That's how I stick to my goals. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is kind of just a yap sesh. I've been hearing a lot of people complain recently, and I think there's no point in complaining / comparing yourself to others in a high degree, because at the end of the day, everybody's on their own journey. Everybody's in their own world and their own universe, and you should focus on your world, as long as it's not to the detriment of other people. It's how I see it. Yeah, I think that's it for me. I hope something that I said stuck with someone out there. I've been enjoying life. Everything's gonna work out. I truly believe that. Everything is always gonna work out. But it's just one step at a time. If you're seeing this, I love you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure to take care of yourself, because the only person who can take care of you is you. And always remember, the fastest way to climb a mountain is one step at a time. Just keep pushing. Everything will work out. Have a good one.